is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to this week's edition of the John Peacock Coach Show. I'm John Massoni here with Venice Indian head football coach John Peacock. And Coach, Friday night, another big night at Pal Davis Stadium. Great crowd. Sarasota Sailors came into town, and district championship for Venice was on the line because if we would have won, we would have the 2 wins over both of our district foes, and we pulled off a 44-14 victory and put another district championship in the trophy case.
District championship and county championship.
Yep.
And I thought we came out and played very well on both sides of the ball. Offensively, I think there was one possession in the first half that we didn't convert. We had a 15-yard chop block penalty.
Yeah.
That kind of set us back, and we weren't able to overcome that. And we ended up, I think we punted. We punted one time in the first half. Other than that, we scored in every possession. Gator had another great night. Ryan Downs got the start for us. He had a good night. Jaden had a nice throw. Alvin had a nice run.
Yeah, nice run. It was good for him to see front break one. We thought he was going to break one a couple of times last week.
Got some reps for Macho, so that was good. I think another game where I think all of our receivers had a catch.
I think you're right. I think again, and one of those things where everything seemed to be clicking properly. Another good day for the defense as well. I mean, the defense really played well.
Defense is starting to play better each and every week. We had we opened up the game great with Zacarl Lewis on a big run, and everything just seems like we're progressing and are trending in the right direction right now and at the right time. So that's all obviously good news where you want your football team to continually get better throughout the year. And I've been on both ends of the spectrum where you start off with a great team and then you kind of just stay where you're at. And my saying is if you're not getting better, you're getting worse.
Yeah.
So because everybody else that's going to be making runs in the playoff is actually getting better. And we've seen it a lot with when we weren't that upper tier program, when we were going against Manatee, and you could tell some years, playing Manatee, you could see on the film like they weren't getting better throughout the year, and then some years you're like, wow, they keep getting better and better and better. And the years they kept getting better is the years they won a state championship.
Yeah, and you're right because I'll use the defense again. The D line kind of had a breakout game against Manatee. And last week they seemed to get back on that same plane, and it's almost looked like now you're not just seeing one person, in and around the quarterback. You're seeing 3.
Right. Everyone's starting to learn what their job is, and they're doing their job, and that's the main thing on defense, especially the defensive line. I think that's one of the biggest improvements we made. We had some young guys. Ashari's a first-year starter. Daly's a first year in our program. Eli's a first-year starter. We have Galloway at a new position. So
correct.
Everyone, they're starting to, be they're kind of veterans now. We're halfway or more than halfway through the season, so they're playing much better. And
aggressive on offense, aggressive on defense. You watch how everybody sort of I use Gator as an example on offense. When he runs, it's super aggressive. I mean, every that's like his last run.
Right.
And then on defense, you're watching guys. Now I'm not seeing a guy hesitate to get on and help a guy make a tackle. Where you're seeing before maybe one guy make a tackle on a 5-yard gain. Now it's 3 guys making a tackle on a 2-yard gain because they all got there at the same time and all made the tackle with each other. So that's a real big part of that. That step towards how to beat good teams and keep that progression going. So all right, so 44-14 was the final score. I'm not sure if I said it or not. And again, you got to be happy with that. You have to be happy with the running clock as well. That's something that it's nice to get to that point where things are sort of in hand. So that was good as well. And once again, the crowd had a lot to do with it as well. So we appreciate them all as always coming out. We're here at Bogies once again, and you kind of went a little different route. You went something I tried last.
I copied you last week. I had the what was it?
The Philly roll up.
Yeah,
it's good. It's really good. It's like a calzone, but with a Philly inside. And then I went healthy today with a little salad. I had a 40-year reunion weekend this weekend, so I had to kind of getting all that out of.
I'm sure that's going to matter. Yeah, that's going to matter.
No doubt. Yeah. Well, with that, we'll come back with highlights from the big game against the Sailors when we get back from these messages on the John Peacock Coaches Show.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
Education, career, skill. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here at Bogies and the John Peacock Coaches Show. And, Coach, you definitely want to see the highlights from the district championship win. So I think we'll probably need to get that Sarasota highlights.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right.
First play of the game, we had a nice little reverse set up here to Zakarl. He makes a great run, and he's 1 yard short.
I know.
And I think there was a little confusion because we announced the lights went off.
Oh, everything. Everybody went crazy.
Everyone thought it was a touchdown, but then we had to.
You needed to have the view I had. You could see just from one spot, he had 1 foot out of bounds, and the ref got it. But there,
You see the light show going off. We thought we scored. The extra point team's running out.
cannons going off, the whole deal. Yeah, well blocked too. By the way, everybody was out front initially, so that's great to see.
Gator got to finish it off with a 1 yard touchdown. Offensive line played real well all night. We're getting a lot of reps and we see we put our 2-point conversion series in. We just haven't had a chance to work on it, but we executed all 3 of them pretty well. But like I was saying, the offensive line starting to play really well, and we're just getting better at all facets of the game.
Totally, I agree. They looks really, really good right now.
See, we did a nice job getting after that quarterback, and that guy's been making plays all year long. I kind of talked to him about him last week before the game.
Yeah.
He's been breaking loose and making plays against Manatee and everyone else they played this year. So he is a good athlete.
This is a heck of a throw
Ryan
right here.
does a great job and connects with Gasati down the field. It's a great play there.
And like I said, you roll into your left, setting your feet, and throwing it. I think we counted. I think he threw it 55 yards in the air. Or something
he has a really, really strong arm. You see right there. Nice run, and you see how strong he is running the ball too. I mean, he's just a big guy, real strong. Like I was talking to somebody about our strength program, and Jaden has all the quarterback records now, but I think Ryan will probably break everything next year.
Yeah, another year in the program and doing the weight training. I'm sure he probably will. So
and just every time he runs the ball, you can kind of see the pile moves forward, and just does a nice job. We're getting a lot of reps for Roman Mock. A sophomore offensive lineman. He's going to be really good for us. Reminds me a lot of Ty Gauthier.
Okay. That's a heck of a compliment.
Yeah, you see right there, all these guys getting after him.
That's what I'm saying. There's 3 guys at the end of the day, at the end of the play, that could have got the sack or had some part of that sack.
Chris Lee has a really good natural ability getting after quarterback. And nice throw there by Ryan to Jace Barksdale. Again, I think all of our receivers had a catch Friday night. Obviously, we didn't have too many offensive plays. And our stats
in the 40s.
I think, and there's Gator. I think Gator had 8 carries or 5 carries?
5 carries.
5 carries. So your starting running back has 5 carries and nearly 100 yards. And how many did Alvin have?
7.
7.
7.
So I always tell people, like, in these games, like 44-14 and the clock's running, like, we're not going to have great stats. It's not the numbers, the score looks great, but as far as the stat line never looks good. You're always playing on a short field, and usually you're making a big play on a special teams. We didn't make any big plays on our return game, but I thought special teams played well. Our punt, the one time we punted, we had a nice punt.
Well, I've noticed this special teams is playing a little smarter, which is good too. And there you go. There, see, look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4,
great
6 guys ready there, and that's what you see because you could say, oh, my guy's got it. He's good. He'll get that tackle, and you light up. No, everybody's now getting to the ball, wanting a piece of the tackle.
Great effort to the ball. We're getting better at that for sure. That's one of the main things of being a good defense in high school is the effort to the football.
And you said about Chris Lee getting in there. He deflected that pass.
Now, did they have a bad snap or block? Did we do something here?
Yeah, I think so. It was all
they faked it.
They faked it, and it was it. And that number 1 is their starting running back, and he was in there on that and just didn't work out for him.
That was a tough one. 15 yards even for him.
Yeah.
And again, short field, great throw by Jaden, and Barksdale had 2 big catches.
Yeah, and like I said, that one there in particular. He sold it well. He didn't. That ball was just barely over the defender's hands, and he got his hands up there.
You see, Gator has a nice run. He's really I mean,
I want to say this was called back.
it was, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it on there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a special dude, man. He is. He's really doing a nice job for us and come a long way.
He is a combination of that open field guy with the power running attached to it.
He has
you know
great
what I mean?
balance, and he's when you put your hands on him and drills and stuff, he runs so solid. You know, it just it's like hitting a brick.
There's play by
Platt almost had an interception
Alan
there.
Platt,
Did a great
yeah.
job breaking on the ball. I think he had a couple nice breaks on the
he
ball.
did. He had 2
Friday
for
night.
sure. Getting back to Gator real quick, he does run like a lot of the backs you see in college right now are exactly his size and his style of run.
Yeah,
He's got that look to him.
someone in at UF or Florida State. There's a nice catch
Yeah.
by Matulovic, a nice run after too. You can tell that Ryan's getting a little faster too, especially after he catches the ball.
Faster, and he looks for contact a little bit.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But University of Florida, Florida State, they take a look at.
Yeah, he's got the style you're looking for. There's a Carl and a
Yeah,
catch.
another catch for Zaccaro. He always has a big night.
Yes.
Zaccaro.
He has 2 or 3 big numbers, and he puts
It's a
up
great
down.
run here. I didn't want to run Jaden the whole night, and then we ran right there, and he got.
That was the only run he had, though.
Yeah,
He's good.
Coach Hunter talked me into calling that play. He's been wanting to run it.
And there's Alvin. I think he scoots in. Yeah, right there.
Alvin had 2 touchdowns on the night. He has another nice run at the end. Had a little different light show when we came in.
Yeah, I thought it was
Turned
sort
out
of
good.
just, people were working on it, let's just say. But it looked really cool.
We're getting better at our coverages.
Yeah, Borelli on that tackle right there. That was a good play. Stayed with them the whole time. Yeah, kicks were a little shorter, but high position to a certain part of the field. So it works.
Yeah, we had much better placement, except that we kicked one out of bounds. I think to open up the third quarter.
It's a quick throw, and again, somebody at the line of scrimmage getting their hand up.
Yeah, I think that was Zarkowicz.
Yeah, and now you're looking at the 2s being in the game as well on
Right,
defense.
So we're in the
some new
second
names.
quarter.
Yeah.
Second quarter, and I think we had the 2s the rest of the game on both sides of the ball. It's a little tough we only have 2 quarterbacks, so we don't have and both of them play with the ones. So,
Right.
we don't have a true
Second.
backup or third string quarterback, so that makes that position a little bit tough.
And that's Brantley, right?
Brantley was in 13.
Yeah.
Friday night. I got to get you guys a new roster there, updated roster.
I knew who it was, though. I could tell.
But you see, we did a nice job getting off the ball there. And Mock, the younger Mock is 74, so you can see him.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like.
Yeah,
Tyler.
you're right. Now that you said it, now it get the ding, ding, ding. Like I can see right away.
Yeah, he's going to be a really good player for us. So you got these, the 2 defense. Got a chance. Rue made a nice play there. He does a great job for us in practice all week.
He's good on special teams too.
Yeah, and he got hurt. He got hurt towards the end of the game.
How was he?
He's probably out for a week. Hopefully, be back next week.
Just play.
Moss does a nice job getting
Pressure.
some pass rush and had a pick by Borelli right there. And I want to say this coming up after this, we'll see Alvin's touchdown. Malachi
Corbett,
Corby, has a nice catch. He does a nice job on special teams as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, again, I can name 4 or 5 guys on the special teams that you usually see him around the ball.
So here's Alvin's run. Does a nice job following his blockers.
Yeah, because the best thing is watch here that he does not get that's Frazier. He doesn't doesn't block him, just gets in the way, and that's what you need to do in those kind of
Great
plays.
job.
That's a teachable situation, right? You show everybody do that, you'll never have a block in the back.
Right.
So as you can see from the highlights, again, a very well played game. A lot of very smart play, a lot of very aggressive play we talked about earlier. And if that's what you're going to get, you're going to get a 44-14 win against you called Sarasota gritty. I agree. I think they were a very gritty team. I think they played disciplined.
Yeah, you could tell they're well coached.
Right.
They just, we have, I would say we have, better players. for one. So I think there was some mismatches, especially outside with our receivers.
Yeah.
But you could tell they're very well coached. They were disciplined. They played hard the whole game.
They played right to the last whistle. They played really well.
So I think that coach is doing a really nice job over there, and obviously, when you take over a program, and especially if you haven't been there, if you're just taking over a program and you're coming like from the outside, and it's going to take some time. You're going to have some growing pains.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of everyone nowadays. It's almost like everyone wants instant gratification, and I'm not sure. There's too many coaches in our area or in our state that really get. Everyone talks about the college guys, but we don't give these guys in high school any time either to get their program set up. So
you think about it. There's 3 games left in the season. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. As a runner-up, maybe.
No runner-ups.
I'm saying is they wouldn't have the points for the schedule.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it that far. I don't think the points have come out. The points have come out, and I don't know. I think they're pretty far down the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like I said, I know I was going to say because you never know how those points are going to play out in the region.
I'm not sure they have a chance.
No, that's like I said, but but you got to. Hopefully they have at least something they're playing forward down the road.
Riverview has a chance. What a heck of a game they had Friday night.
Right down to the wire. Yeah, another crazy win for we've seen it before with the Clearwater Academy International. So
we got them coming up shortly, but it came right down to the wire. I think Riverview think they had it in the bag, and Clearwater has a walk-off touchdown for the win.
Those are the kind of games that eat from one side or the other. Either it's ecstasy or it's the worst feeling. What do you do at that point?
Clearwater International definitely had ecstasy.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about that. With that, we'll take our second break of the night and come back. We'll talk a little about this week's opponent, the Palmetto Tigers, coming down from Manatee County. Always a talented team. I would say in some ways, and we'll talk about this as well, they've always played us tough.
Absolutely.
Always,
they always
that's either by style or whatever. They always played us tough. One of those games that you walk into and you kind of take a deep breath and say, we need to be really get ready for this one. With that, we'll take our second break of the night and come back and talk about the Palmetto Tiger game on Friday night at Pal Davis Stadium. Back here at Bogies after this.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
Education, career, skill. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here at the John Peacock Coach's Show. And Coach mentioned that the Palmetto Tigers are our opponent for this week's game. Come down to Pal Davis Stadium again. So once again, we encourage everybody to come out to see the Indians. And as you can see by your long sleeve shirt, the weather has changed quite a bit.
I was freezing in here earlier. No hot water at the school. I had to take an ice bath shower, and I just couldn't warm up.
No fun.
Yeah.
So Palmetto comes in. Again, play us tough. Traditionally, they do. What do they have to look at as far as Palmetto in regards to offense and defense?
Well, offensively, they're very strong. They have a very, very talented quarterback. The young man was at Lakewood Ranch last year. I think he followed Coach West over to Palmetto. They have some really athletic receivers led by Rock Lodge. I want to say he's number two or three. I'm not sure. But he's explosive. The quarterback distributes the ball well. He's very mobile, so he's a dual threat guy. So he's able to, if there's nothing there in the passing game, he's able to pull it down and get some yards on his feet. So they've been very explosive on offense. They have 2 losses. One was to IMG White, who's undefeated, and then the other one was to Riverview. And the Riverview loss was basically a shootout. It was a 56-49 or 56-42 game. So they can move the chains. They can score some points in bunches. So they're very dangerous offensively. They have a nice passing game. I would say they're more they like to put it in the air more than they like to run it. And reason being, they have some really good receivers, really talented receivers, and the quarterback's pretty dynamic and can get the ball to those receivers. And if it's not there, he's able to pull it down and run it.
And that's one thing with a team like that, or player like that, it could be 3rd and 7,
Right.
and you've done everything right, and he breaks free and he extends a drive.
Right.
And those are that's one of those like demoralizing kind of things. You're like, my goodness, here we go again. We had him, the right coverage, the guy was covered, and then somehow the guy makes an athletic play. And it can change the narrative on the game.
And then traditionally, defensively, they've always been very tough. They always have guys on defense that run to the ball, and they're very physical, and they play a tough style of defense. So,
I think sometimes I like lighter guys, but that quick to the ball guy. You know what I mean? Like
a lot of skill. They have definitely a lot of skill, but they're usually tough up front. They have a tough front seven, and like I said, they have 2 losses that I don't think they're real happy about. I think they have a little bit higher expectations of where they wanted to be. So this is going to be a big game for them. If they can win this, they can kind of redeem themselves as what's happening to them earlier in the year. So I know that they're going to come in fired up and ready to redeem themselves and ready to put a stamp on their season.
Normally 1 or 2 really big guys on the offensive line. I'm not sure if this is the way it is. We've seen it before.
They're a solid football team, and I think, like I said, they have 1 loss to an IMG white team that's undefeated, who's probably a lot better than people realize, and then the other one is to a Riverview team. Riverview, at that time, I thought Riverview was playing very, very good football. I thought Riverview's quarterback at that time was playing really well. So it could have been a case where Riverview caught them at the right time and caught them at the wrong time. I know their quarterback was out at the start of the season. He was hurt initially. So that could have been all factors,
Another situation where a new coach came in too.
Right.
So you get a new coach, and then that's again, there's got to be some growing pains with that because that's like you just don't hit the ground running full speed and it all works perfectly.
Right. I mean,
there's got to be a lot of stuff that gets to be
right. You can
figured
tell
out.
they're getting better throughout the year. So we got to be ready to play. It's going to be a really tough football game.
Now, the way the region works out, they would be in our region.
They are in our region. So we have that district, the Manatee, Lakewood Ranch, Palmetto, and then it's our district, Riverview, Sarasota, Venice, and then we have 2 down south with, I want to say Charlotte won their district.
Okay.
And then I want to say.
Is that the Riverdale?
I think so.
Naples, Gulf Coast, whatever it would be.
And I think the other one is Immokalee. Immokalee won their district. I want to say that. I'm not totally 100% sure, but I think that's the case. I've really haven't really looked at that.
No,
a whole
that's
lot.
usually reserved for the last
so
couple
far
of
away,
games.
and so many things can change, and we're worried about Palmetto right now.
Because that'll make you nuts if you start looking at that stuff. Because
exactly.
1 minute you say, "Oh, now what does this loss mean?" And you don't know until the next game, and there's all that different kind of stuff, and then of course strength of schedule and all that different stuff. It is complicated, but I mean, we've heard some rumors. There's real quick bringing stuff that might be some changes to it. But do you like the point system is better than the district runner-up and this and that? Or
I think the way they do it now, where the district champ gets in, and then they're using a max preps type formula to figure out the next 4 best in the region. I think that's great. I think max preps is pretty much right on as far as who the best teams are at that time for the playoffs. And I don't think it's not going to be 100% perfect across the board, but it's pretty accurate.
I haven't heard a lot of complaints about I didn't make it because of this. So they got it wrong.
No, there really
you don't
isn't.
really hear that's like, oh, that's the numbers. That's what we're playing.
I guess what we're kind of saying this the other day. I mean, there's a chance to where we end the season at 8-2, and let's say Manatee ends the season at 9-1. And they get ranked above us. So there is a chance, like a small chance, that they get ranked above us, which is possible. I haven't seen the new rankings this week, but so you could be in a situation like second, third round where we got Manatee, but we're going there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
And that's the part of it. That's part of that. It's interesting. That's why those games early on they mean something because you want to make sure that you're getting that part taken care of. We know how much you'd like to be home for 4 games, at least 3.
But that could also be a situation to where, if it was the other way around and we were 9-1 and we played a bad game against the Riverview team or whoever and they got the win and we were still the number 1 seed in the region. Well, maybe we really are. Maybe
Right.
we are the best team
Right,
in the region.
but the way it works out.
Maybe
right.
Manatee is, and they just had a bad game against us.
Right, no
So
doubt.
Who knows?
No doubt. With that, we'll take our final break of the night and come back and, again, talk about how to get what's going on with the game on Friday night, how to watch it if you're not going to be there, all the good stuff like that we do every week. So we'll be back here at Bogies with the John Peacock Coach Show right after these messages.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
Education, career, skill. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here to wrap up the John Peacock Coach Show and Coach, 7:30, Pal Davis Stadium. Palmetto Tigers, like I said, came in. And
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
You mentions homecoming.
Yes, I have not mentioned that. So all the festivities that go along with homecoming, the cars, the well-dressed students, the parents taking pictures, the whole shooting works, the band, everything else. So, yeah, we look forward to all the festivities. Homecoming has become a very well-run thing at Venice High School, I would say. I think they do a good job with it. I mean, you're not really seeing much of it because you're in the locker room, but they do a nice job and get it all done in, 16 minutes?
Yeah.
Which is something to behold.
Got Douglas Jeep.
Absolutely. Douglas
doing
Jeep,
the
one of the main
vehicles.
sponsors doing
Yeah,
that.
one
Yep.
of the big sponsor of ours. They're doing the Jeeps and stuff, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, and so everybody should be out there for that, as well as the idea that we're going to be out there and playing another good game against a good team, and hopefully we'll come away with another victory on Friday night. If you can't make it to Pal Davis Stadium, which we want you to be there, you could always go to VSN or the Vibrant Aspect Media, and you can look up the game as far as a live stream is concerned. So if you can't make it, by all means, we'd love to see you watch this. We want all the support we can get, no matter if it's viral or if it's in person, one way or the other.
Right.
So we appreciate that. All right, Coach, another show in the can. Good luck on Friday night. We're looking forward to it and see how we get a good homecoming victory against Palmetto.
Yes, thank you.
No doubt. With that, thank you guys for watching again. We'll see you here next week on the John Peacock Coach Show.
What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.